Forgive me if I've talked about this recently, but it's such an important concept, and I measure myself by it every day, and that is momentum versus traction. Now, those are my terms, and you might want to change those labels to something that suits you. So let me define what those terms mean, and that might help you change the labels. Momentum is, if you think of a mouse in one of those exercise wheels, and it's running on its wheel and the wheel's spinning, that's a lot of momentum. Things are happening, things are moving, but it's not getting anywhere. The mouse is not getting anywhere. Traction is when you're expending energy, but you're getting somewhere. Now, the reason why this is such an important concept, especially with those of you that run your own business, we have to make decisions all the time. Is what we're doing just momentum? So we're spending a lot of energy on something where we're not going to get traction from, or are we spending time and energy on something where we are getting traction? And if you're the type of person, and I was too, and I am also, and I need to check myself all the time, so I'm not casting aspersions, I'm sharing something I've experienced. But if you experience the same thing, if you're the type of person that develops something really beautiful, it might be a simulation or a training session or something, and before you spend too much time building the sales for it, you may have even piloted it with a safe crew, and you know you've got a good product, but before you do all the hard work with the sales, you think of something else and you go off and you build that. So if you're the type of person that's constantly building and not delivering, you are the type of person, and I'm speaking from personal experience, that needs to be asking yourself the question, is this traction or momentum? Because when you keep redeveloping things over and over and over, that's a form of procrastination that will stop you from delivering. So that means, and you might be working super hard, putting in long hours building these things, that is momentum. So you need to make sure that the balance at least is right, that there's a lot of energy going into traction, that you're doing something with what you have built. Because everything up to there is momentum. Again, in a sporting analogy, how hard you train before a race or before a game with your team, that all counts for zero when the game starts. Now, the training is worth something, but you don't get any credit on the scoreboard for the training. All the matches start 0, 0, whatever. You get no pre-credit. The training will pay off in the match, but there's no pre-credit. So we need to be aware of that. Training is good, but what we don't want to do is reach a point where we think we've done the training we need to win, and then you button off in the game, and that's when upsets happen. Because one team that may not be as well skilled or hasn't trained as well, they're on the rivet on the day, and the other team that has trained well and thinks it's already got the game won are not on the rivet. So I ask myself, and let me wrap it up here, and again, thank you for your patience, because when I record these in the car, I think they're somewhat boring, because I spend a lot of my energy focused on driving safely and making sure I'm recording these at the right time. Here we go. Let's wrap. So I ask myself all the time, is this momentum or is this traction? Am I procrastinating for something else? Am I inventing something as a way to procrastinate so I'm not doing the sales I need to do on something else? Am I getting stuck too often in answering emails that really aren't going to count for anything? You've got to make a call how you use your time. And it is so easy. It is so easy to get lost in momentum and not realize that you're not getting any traction. So you need to consciously think about it. Am I expending energy that is just momentum, or am I expending energy that's getting me traction? And I don't think there's a rule I can share with you, a way to assess it, to determine accurately whether it's one or the other. That's something you'll have to work out. But the first step is asking yourself that question, consciously thinking about it, and differentiating if it's momentum or traction. That's it. Those are the terms I use, momentum and traction. So if you want to embed this thinking, decide now, do you use those same terms, momentum and traction, or come up with your own terms? What are those two terms? One is just wasted energy, where you're expending energy but you're not really getting anywhere with it. And the other one is you're using energy and you're getting somewhere with it. So come up with your own two terms. Make that your next step, and then these things will resonate with you more. And make sure you just think about it quite often. Ask yourself, apply that lens to yourself and ask, is what I'm doing momentum, or is what I'm doing helping me get traction? That's it. Take care of yourself. You know these videos are all about making life easier, more simple, and to help improve your performance in whatever area that you want your performance to improve. Everything I share with you is tools and techniques I have used myself. Subscribe if you want to stay across more. Give me a thumbs up, like if that's helpful. You know the story. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.